Welcome to Tinker House! Ito ang sinag ng aming araw.
We would research, we would read books, we would order things from abroad just to provide yung hands-on science experiments for our children, hands-on arts and crafts. And eventually, parang we started inviting then the kids of our friends, and parang dun dumating yung realization na, sa atin na nga na, we have this heavy science background and we're quite crafty also, me and my co-founder. And talagang we give time, we had that extra time to do these things for our kids. Pero hirap na hirap pa kami. What more pa yung busy parents. And so that's kind of how it started. Parang just that thought na, these things make kids really happy, and probably most parents don't have the time to do these for their kids. So let's do something that would make it easier for parents to provide these activities to their children. So that's just really how it started. Yung activities namin noon, konti pa lang. So yung mga bata, balik sila ng balik. Nauubusan na silang gagawin, paulit-ulit na lang sila. So that's when we really started to take a look at the market and realized na nobody was really offering these things, lalo na on a nationwide scale. So that's when we decided in 2018 to really formalize it into a corporation, and then with the intention already na we would try to scale it, we would try to design it in a way that it would provide affordable and accessible access, and to make sure that it would reach every child in the Philippines. So that was the initial goal, na parang we have to make it super affordable, we have to make it super accessible, and we have to build it in every city in the country. Ang advocacy namin is not just STEM or STEAM, it was hands-on STEAM. So children need to experience it. And while we promote STEAM, there's a lot of other things that go into facilitating or running the Tinker House model. The one thing talaga na tinuturo namin sa facilitators namin is about providing children that safe space for learning. So, a space where they can be themselves, they can fail, they can, talk to teachers, find a supportive adult if they don't have any in their life, just somebody to talk to and bounce ideas off of from, and na basta parang kausap lang,
Na-convince ako kasi kakaiba siya sa hindi siya in-offer ng school, tapos may mga new discoveries, like mga new things na hindi nakikita ng bata sa eskwelahan.
Yung Tinker Clubs, parang actually it is kind of like a reimagining of the franchise model, wherein yung Tinker House kasi, it was a purely mall-based activity center model. But with the shift to Tinker Clubs, we began to imagine Tinker spaces outside of the malls. So parang yung shift was, we're now trying, instead of just trying to create a network of mall-based activity centers, we're trying to create Tinker spaces wherever we can. And these will be called Tinker Clubs because they can be housed in a permanent location, but it can also be in a temporary location. It could be a group of kids meeting in a village at their clubhouse, every Saturday, and our franchisee or facilitator could be like a home-based mom who has that time to facilitate these activities for our children. So we reimagined who our partners could be, who our franchisees could be, how our services could be delivered to children. Malaki kami before the pandemic, and then nag-zero kasi we had 18 branches across the Philippines before the pandemic, and then lahat yun nag-shut down because syempre mall-based for kids. So we were the last to be allowed to open. It was really only late last year na pwedeng mag-start mag-reopen. But of course, with BPI Sinag's help, we were able naman to survive that kind of long struggle. And so now we are slowly reopening.
Welcome to Tinker House Tacloban. They are our first franchise to open after the pandemic. And if you're from Leyte or even Samar, maybe you can visit them sometime. They're located at the second floor of Robinson's Place, Marasbaras.
So what we used the money for sa BPI Sinag was to launch something called Tinker Connect, wherein we sought beneficiaries to get our kits for free. So we partnered with organizations like Kite Foundation. We had organizations from Bukidnon, from Cebu, and then some public schools as well, also AHA Learning. What we did was we were able to give these free activities to them through the fund ng BPI. But with the BPI grant, we launched that Tinker Connect program, wherein we were creating 2 types of groups. One was the beneficiary pool, and then one was the sponsor pool. And then after that, because we were able to make the case that it can work, we were able to secure further grants from other foundations. And so now that's actually a large part now of our work.
Dahil sa kawalan ng material or unavailability of materials, siguro nalilimitahan lang yung kanilang natututunan.
Most of the materials na pinoprovide or binibigay or pinapakita ng Tinker House is hindi po available dito sa amin. Since yung Divisoria Elementary School is one of the far-flung schools here in Alang-alang.
Dahil sa Tinker House, maganda yung naging epekto nito sa amin, lalo na sa mga bata. Tumaas yung mga grades nila, especially sa science, and also the interest nila sa subject na yun, dahil sa hands-on yung kanilang na-experience na experiments at saka discovery sa mga lessons na na-meet nila during the activities. Kaya hindi matatawaran yung saya nila. At the same time, they learn. So mayroon talagang magandang impact yung ginagawa ng Tinker House, and nagpapasalamat kami na we have this kind of opportunity.
Sana ipagpatuloy pa nila itong kanilang adhikain or goal. At sana mas marami pang school ang maka-experience ng ganito.
Is it worth it? Definitely it's worth it, because there's a lot of children na naniniwala kami na there's 15.5 million Filipino children in the K-6 grades. And out of that 15.5 million children, only 1.5 are in private schools. The number of children who have access to more progressive learning is even less than that. Mas sobrang maliit na percentage. So if we are able to reach, not just increase yung percentage of children who have access, I think yan yung, that's what makes it worth it.